Hey guys, what's up? This is Matt Lane, and I'm here today to do a Minecraft tutorial on how to do columns. I've had a couple of friends ask me how to do this, and it's a neat little thing to do, so we're going to show you how to do it if you want to do them this way, and we'll have fun with that. And I'm falling. Alright. Let me fly. Just so you can see what the finished product looks like. These are the types of columns that I've built. I'm currently building the Mines of Moria for you Lord of the Rings fans out there. And it's going to be fun. And it's also taking a stupid amount of time. But it should be worth it. So we'll see how it goes. But I digress. We're going to show you how to do one. And the easiest way to do this, I'm just going to build one first for you people who don't really want to hear a tutorial and just want to see how it's done and then go for it on your own. And then I'll do another one to where I slowly do it and do it step by step. So here we go. There's how you do a column fast style without instructions. Okay, and now for you patient people who want instructions on how to do this and yada yada, we'll actually just kill this so I can start from scratch, because I didn't even do the base for the other guys. They can just pause it and look at it. It's not extremely hard to see how the base is built. It's very simple. While I'm doing this, this is by no means like just something that I lay claim to as my own column. Like I've seen many different versions of columns, and this is just one that I decided to do because it makes sense when you're doing with blocks. If you're going to do multiple columns, the best way to space them out is by increments of 10 at minimum, because of how far the tops come out. So if you did them any smaller, they may end up touching each other at the tops. So we're going to go to the far end of this piece, turn around, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and we place there. There's 10 spaces in between it. So what you do for the base, there's going to be 6. That's 5, 6. Just like that. And in the middle 2, there's 2 going up. And what you do, you're going to space diagonally for your next row. So same thing, do 6 of them, and then in the middle, do 2 up. Repeat again, go diagonal, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And do 2 up, and diagonal one more time, and 6. So there is the minimum base. Now you can do this however you want to out of this. I don't like, I'll show you a finished one. You don't have to do this. If I just left it like that, there would be blank spots right there, and I don't really like the way that looks, so I just go ahead and fill them in. So what I always do, again, this is your own discretion, I just do 1 layer inside all the way around, and that'll just kill any gaps you see easier. Okay, now for step 2. You do diagonal of the already up block right here. 1, 2. The same thing on the other side. 1, 2. So it's going to look like that from the front. You're going to bridge these 2 pieces together like that, and then make 2 up again. So you're essentially making the same thing but higher and bigger. So it's like just doing it in levels, which will be similar to how the top works later, but we'll get to that. So we do the same thing here. 1, 2, 2, bridge it, and the 2 on top. And again, it's just diagonal of the pieces that are already sticking up. 2, 1, 2. Nothing too terribly hard about this part. The hardest part to remember was probably the top. The first couple times I did it. But as you can see, after doing, I don't even know how many of these, I don't even really think about it anymore. Alright, and after do that, you are officially done with the base. It is done, and it's looking mighty fine. And what you're going to do next is the center of the column, which takes a long time because it is really tall. You can do it however tall you want, it really doesn't matter. If you want to do them like mine, they're actually 50 blocks tall, starting right here. 1, starting right there. 50 blocks. And actually, the way I do it, so I don't have to count every freaking time that I'm climbing, I put redstone up here going across. So as soon as I see it, I stop. That's my marker for 50 blocks. I would suggest doing something like that, but I guess if you like counting, you know, do whatever. But not my thing. It just seems over monotonous, and there's no point in doing it. So, and redstone's easy because it's just easy to see. You can use really whatever you want. Doesn't matter. So this part's simple. You're just gonna keep building it up until you have your column here. And this part takes the longest, just about, because you're essentially doing 13 rows of 50. And I'll show you how I got 13 in a second. Because obviously you have the 4 corners, but which I always do first, just to make sure I'm on. And then you have to fill in these other ones. What's there? Bop, 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 bop. We'll just say 13 or maybe 12. Okay, so we got all this done. This is what it should be looking like right now once you get it done. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that was close. 12. 12 rows of 50. You can do the math on that. It's a lot of blocks. I would never suggest doing these outside of creative mode, ever. Because if you can get this many blocks together, dear Lord. And by the way, it really doesn't matter what type of stone you use, it's whatever you like to look. For me, my floor down there is stone bricks, and the columns are cracked stone bricks. Just because mine's eventually going to be Moria, so it'll make more sense whenever you picture it that way. Okay, so now we're to the top, which took me the longest to remember, so I'll try to take my time with it, not go too fast. You're going to go to the middle and do 2 out, 2 out. And you do that on each side. It seems really easy, like once you get it, and it really is. It's just remembering it. Kind of took me a minute, but alright. So then you got that. You come to the outside. It's like you just keep coming to the outside, and you do the exact same thing, except you build it out. So it's kind of making close to the Tetris symbol. And they'll end up touching like that, if you're doing it right. Which is 2 out, and then go to the back side of it, and clip it together. And if I'm going too fast, you can just pause it and go back. This is not that hard. Okay. And this is to your own discretion, whether you do here. I don't like looking up and seeing those holes at all, because I can see through it. So I just plug them up. And for right now, since I haven't built the roof or the wall yet, and I'm doing this outside, I put torches on those plugs so that when I'm done, when it gets nighttime, I can kind of see. Okay, so we're almost there. We only have one more row to do, and this is the one that took the longest part to remember. You start off doing the same thing, 2 out, into your 2 corners, coming out. And I'll just go ahead and do another one so it'll make more sense as to why I do this. If you watched it earlier, you notice that I do it a little differently. It's just because I've done so many. I know how to do them quick. You make that, and these aren't touching like we want them to be. So clearly you need a block where this gaping hole is. And the best way to do that is put one there, and then put another one in front of it. And then just get rid of that one. And voila. There is now no gap. So every time I do it, I just build this, and then I just know it's going to be there, so I just go ahead and do that. But if you need to remember it, just do all the normal ones first, make these T-shaped things, and then go back and fix it so you don't get confused on anything, because it's very obvious that there's a gap here, so you will notice what to do if it comes down to it. Again, gap, and boom. And you have an amazing column done. And then eventually you will build cities, and they will be amazing. Until you fall into Inception, and then you go into too many dream levels, and then go into Limbo, and blah blah blah. But that was how to build a column. At least one of the ways I do it. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions on it, feel free to comment on this video of any kind. Let's see, there's not a whole lot other versions of columns I know how to build, but I guess if you wanted a tutorial of any other columns, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. But these are the ones I know how to build. Hopefully they were helpful, and we will see you next time. Away!